Bull's fun. Bull is probably interesting to play on this map too, because our goal is to get hit by enemies. So the fact that all the enemies are different is probably more consequential for this character than pretty much anybody else in the game. It was fun, but you don't know how to win? Our stats are basically melee damage, HP regen, and armor, and then we just don't, like, get anything else. Well, harvesting, but, you know. I could go engineering build. Eh. What does being cursed do? My spreadsheet has an explanation of all the DLC new mechanics. If you do an exclamation mark Brotato. Yes. DJ Mayhem, thanks for the 58 months. Appreciate it. Could elemental damage be worth it? The reason that melee damage is preferable is that it's costed better than the other ones. But like, if you find the other ones at really good cost, then yeah, for sure. It's just easier to buy one melee damage than it is to buy one elemental or ranged damage. So usually you take the items with the melee damage on them, because you don't need to buy that much damage. You see a lot of baits in runs that didn't make it in the spreadsheet. Well, you gotta find out whether you can take bait or not, you know. The goal is for there to eventually be fewer losses to bait. Just find if there are some at the start. Good for you. Fresh pineapple, that's healthy. I have so many helmets. Oh my god, I have so many helmets. Truly, no one will be able to damage me by attacking my head. I love that I have 4 helmets and a needle stuck through all 4 of them into my skull. Oh, someone's been having a good day. How do I wear so many helmets at once? Twitch Prime. Curse seems pretty good on this character because you can get hit by the enemy that isn't cursed to kill the enemy that is cursed. I've worked it out. I think Blood Leech is a bit too expensive. Weird food's also okay. If we're going weird food, we want a bit of luck, probably. So we can get more consumable drops. No! No! Yes! Oh my god, I got a crate. Whew! I don't think I take this. I think max HP is not one of my stats. I found a Rip and Tear. Rip and Tear is another reason why melee damage. But I would not be so bold as to expect to find one on a run, so that's pretty lucky. I think a beanie for some speed. Build I recommend for builder. I think you can easily beat builder by starting with slingshot and picking up materials to get your slingshot to level 4, and then basically never picking up materials again and letting your turret just win the game. You just go like tier 4 slingshot, harvesting, engineering, and a few defensive stats, and your slingshot kills everything. I think SMG is basically the same thing, except that you have to do a little bit more... Ow. You have to be a little bit more careful at the end of the game. You have to buy more engineering and let the turret have less stuff after it gets to 4 projectiles. And I also think you can start SMG or slingshot and then switch into something like a rocket launcher. And if you do that, you want the turret to have lots of materials again. I haven't actually done that one. I just am pretty sure it should work. I am basing that recommendation largely on vibes, so I don't know if you want to like maybe discount that one a little bit. Since you are going for engineering, like the concept of the builder is you have a weapon which scales with engineering and has lots of attack speed. So you want to make sure that the type of weapon you're making the turret has the attack speed, and you don't need a weapon that scales great. Usually, but you want it to hit lots of times when it's a turret. So that your engineering... I have not said this very well. Let me start from scratch. Let me, like, gather my thoughts, and then I will say something in a way that is sensible and useful to you. Ooh, Baby Squid's so good on this character. So SMG, or Slingshot, both, they hit lots of times per second, and in order to balance for that, they don't scale very well. That's how, like, it usually works in the game, off, like, flat things. So SMG maybe increases its damage by 50% of your flat range damage. But the turret increases its damage by 100% of your engineering. So if you're building an SMG turret, it's much more efficient than if you are building SMGs on your actual character, because the flat stat scaling on your turret SMG is better than the flat stat scaling on a regular SMG would be. Man, talking is hard. I still don't feel like I explained that well. Hey Cardos, how are you? Thanks for the idea. Thief Dagger and Diver just got your D5 Abyss win with Diver. Now on to every other potato with Thief Daggers. Yeah, you're welcome. Little Muscly Dude is so incredibly our character's item. Alright, cool. I guess this is good on our character. Yeah? Gosh, if you can't buy that on Bull, it's a pretty bad item. Okay. Having trouble with Technomage. I don't even remember what Technomage does. I'm pretty sure I just like built guns or something. What does Technomage do? Your turrets have increased attack speed based on your elemental damage. Oh, it's like an elemental damage character, right? I don't remember how I won that one. I bet it was something to do with elemental damage, though. Frozen Heart, Nail, and Guns. Do I set things on fire? Maybe someday I will. I care about pickup range? Not really. No. This one? It's mostly just luck. Sure. So one thing I will say is I'm pretty sure when I did Technomage, I did it like fairly early in all the unlock process, so I didn't have as many items unlocked, which meant there were more structures in my shops, which presumably makes that character easier. But I don't remember it being anything like super tricky other than just going for some sort of elemental build thing. I think I did tasers. Yeah. Tasers are really good. Tasers are way better than you might realize they are if you've never built tasers with a character who's good at elemental damage. They upgrade into shotguns, basically. So I just did like elemental damage plus tasers. And then eventually my structures also started doing a lot of stuff, but for the most part, it was the elemental damage plus tasers. Is this good? I have no idea if this is good or not. I'm going to guess it's okay. Is an elite wave? Don't think I kill an elite here. I have 1% speed. Wondering if I want to not do bait. I think I want bait. feel like most of the elites you can just run away from, right? Maybe Goblet was really good. I don't know. For some reason I'm at full health. Oh, I'm not at full health anymore. Alright, what a wild character. Wild how getting hit by the enemies makes your health go down. I don't know. I want to see the HP healing on Goblet. Sure. It healed 44. I think that's the first time I've seen Giant Belt since unlocking it. I don't think it's very good on this character. Another one? That seems like a good item for me. Getting hit by enemies, decreasing your HP could be a bug. Good thinking. I'll definitely get in touch with the devs directly. Actually, no, I'll at them on social media with a post that complains about their game. And then pay to promote it to my viewers. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you just build armor and HP regen, like this character kind of plays itself. And a little bit of damage stats to make sure the things actually die eventually. But you really don't need that much. Sometimes your HP goes to 0? Wow, wild. The really busted items on Bull are like blood donation and plastic explosive and stuff. But as you can see, you don't really like need them. Please remember to add their personal accounts. Yeah. Influencer 101 right there. Sure. We will see how a Horde Wave goes. No dynamite. Dynamite might have been okay. I have fought extremely few things that are solely to increase my damage in this run. Mostly my damage goes up by me buying items that have like defensive stats and plus melee damage or something like that. As you can see, my damage is not really an issue. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Handcuffs, sure, is an item I could buy that only increases my damage. Seems fine. Honey was explosion damage. Well, do you want explosion damage or do you want to win the run? I think buying honey is fine. I am pretty sure handcuffs deals more damage than it. See how I, like, don't take damage? That's because I've been spending my money on the things that make me tankier. If I spend my money on things that just make me deal damage, I will start to die, which will, ironically, make me deal less damage. How ironic. This is another one that does pretty good damage. I don't know if I want it or not, though. I got handcuffs. I'm okay. Don't feed honey to people under 1 year old. Yeah, it like kills them or something, right? I don't know. I heard about that recently. A friend has a new kid. I don't really understand what it does. But apparently that is a bad thing to do. We're gonna swap our harvesting with ranged damage? That's exciting. I don't think it can swap with something that's 0. I think it has to swap with something that's 1 or more. Botulism spores. Oh no. Sounds bad. We'll take a plastic explosive. How's your weekend looking, Twitch chat? Any big plans? it's like winter here or something. I think it's technically fall, I don't know. Feels like winter to me. I feel like fall is like a... It only pretends to be a season. It's really just winter. Donated a bunch of clothing this morning, that's cool. Going bouldering with friends, very cool. Any stats I want? I will take 1 armor, that's fine. What's my percent damage? 77, probably not. Watching football with your 1-month-old son. Nice! Congratulations. What's his team? All exists for 1 week? Yeah, maybe. 14-hour flight to Seattle. Cool. It is slightly cold here. 5 hours shopping with your girlfriend and 5 hours watching League of Legends. How can shopping take 5 hours? I refuse. I would just, like, start malfunctioning after hour 2, I think. I can handle 2 hours of shopping, that's fine. You really don't take any damage. Neat. Is that good? Honestly, it doesn't even do anything. Actually, my max HP is capped even. I didn't... I forgot my max HP was capped. I guess it isn't anything then. Feels bad. A decent way to up your damage, but I'm not gonna take it this late. So many scarves. Yeah, I think a lot of the new HP regen items are pretty good. So Bull seems a little bit easier with the DLC. What's it called? Octopus? The one that gives you HP on level up? That by itself feels like it would win a bull run if you found it. We get a helmet check? Absolutely. I have 8 helmets. And have unlocked Gnome. I have like an hour. Who shall we get done next? I already beat one-armed. I also already beat Cryptid. I've not been doing a very good job of updating this. I should write in my run history, I guess. Only 7 left. Whew. I'm not gonna get it done today, but maybe later. Sick is a pretty easy shooty run. Let's do Gladiator. Just made something a tweet instead of a Twitch chat message. You're welcome, everyone. It must have been really bad. 20% attack speed for every different weapon you have. 5 melee damage. I mean, 6 thief daggers then? I have to play BB last, unfortunately. But we can do the walking stick tech last. I said I wanted crit chance on thief daggers early. Let's try it. Crit chance. Why? Are you serious? What? Oh my god. Well, that was catastrophic. I guess I can't go thief daggers then. Why am I playing 6 daggers? Because they didn't stop me from doing it. Is Gladiator less likely to see the same weapon? That's an interesting question. Maybe. That would make the strategy quite poor. I don't think so. I don't remember reading anything about that ever. My brick did not break. Feels bad. I need different melee weapon and give attack speed. You should read what thief daggers give you. One way to get better at games is to stop believing that the devs balanced them right. Like, if a character seems to be claiming that you're meant to do a certain thing, you don't have to believe that that's true. You can be like, no, actually this other thing is just completely broken. I can't make you engage in critical thought. Can anything? You don't think this is in the spirit of Gladiator? Is stealing materials from the corpses of enemies in the spirit of, like, anything? I feel like it's very, like, knowably and openly frowned upon. I think a pretty normal way to play this character is Ghost X, Ghost Dagger, and Thief Dagger. But I wanted to try 6 Thief Dagger. Am I likely to try Bazaar? I already watched it for like 5 minutes. It's more time than anyone should have to spend with Bazaar. Yeah, Bazaar seemed extremely hostile to the idea of me being able to work out what was happening. So I was like, oh, okay, well I won't then. And then I stopped watching it. Will I try Call of Duty R Black Ops 6 TM? Maybe. Significantly more likely. Use a max HP. Ooh. Immediately lock duct tape, which says -2 max HP on it. Missed the answer to your own question because of ads. Rest in peace. Ow. Aggressive? No. Why did you say good? Why did you ask me if I was going to check out a game that you didn't want me to play? What the fuck is happening with Bazaar? Okay, I like Thief Daggers again. Maybe I just didn't find Hunting Trophy for a while. Maybe that's why I wasn't liking them for a bit. Eh. I did go for the daggers over harvesting this time, and it does feel like it was better. So maybe there is something to the misprioritization of harvesting that I was hypothesizing. You're just interested in my thoughts. It looks like worse backpack battles. That is mostly my thought. Why'd I just take like 20 damage? Did I get hit twice? How much armor do I have? 6? Was that just a cursed enemy? What the hell just happened? Maybe I got hit twice. Maybe they just hit that hard. I don't know. Always dying in 2 hits, no matter how many defensive stats I build. There was a recent House of Decline comic that reminded you of me. I'm honored. I don't think I saw it. Cursed bone dice. Sure. Another bone dice? At some point we have to worry a little bit about our max HP. Chances don't change when it's cursed. Wait, what? Oh, well it's plus 2% damage instead of plus 1% damage. How do we feel about more minus HP? Is that good? I understand where the HP is in this run. I'll be honest with you. I guess for level 14 we're hard rolling for like a purple plus HP or something. No matter how many defensive stats I build, always dead in 2 hits. Ow. Oh my god! That is so deeply upsetting. Sometimes the nose sharks just charge in the weirdest way. Gladiator. Alright, we go again. Was it an attack speed issue? It was a not being offered a thing that gave me max HP issue, largely. Can we do this? Nah. We do Thief Dagger again. Okay, this time I have a much better start. Never crit? 0 crit. Alright, cool. Why would I want to crit anyway? Nothing to do with being offered minus HP items. What are you trying to say? That I didn't have to buy the items that made it so I had 17 health? Is that what you're trying to say? Look, the shark charged like 45 degrees off the path that it implied it was going to charge on. It's not my fault. It just owned me. It just, like, read my soul. That's fine. Sometimes they're better than you. There was nothing that could be done. Okay. A dangerous bunny. That will help me find the minus HP items. Nice. One died for you after not taking tractor anyway. Just reset. That's fair. Somebody has to support the farm equipment market. Those things are not cheap. Not everyone can buy them. And God knows, good American automobile manufacturers need our support at this time in history. I can't believe that, they're being conspired against by, physics. Sure. Try to time your crits better for more gold. Thank you. Cephod B2. I don't know what language that is. I imagine it means something like wise advice sage or something. That was very Yoda-esque. Sun Tzu. If you're skilled enough, you never need to buy crit. That's true, actually. Thief daggers do have a base crit chance higher than 0. So if you're better than me, you could just trust that it would always roll a crit without you having to buy crit. Good thinking, Twitch chat, as usual. If there's one thing I've found you can always rely on Twitch chat for, it is good ideas. Also, weirdly, doctor's advice. Wonder how the tasks of this game looks. Can they do that? I guess it's a seated task. I guess they could. Fair enough. God, imagine losing a run. How do you lose? Like, this is just so extremely free. I'm gonna buy padding. So I can always have more max HP. TAS already looks like a whole different game. For Rain World? I don't know what Rain World is. Is that the newest Celeste? Is that the Celeste that the kids are playing these days? No. Ow. Oh, I got owned again. Didn't die that time though. Presumably because I locked padding in the shop. I guess making my structures crit is okay? I don't know. It's not terrible, right? What is TAS? Tool Assisted Speedrun. Which often means like setting up a script to beat the game as quickly as possible. So like humans aren't even really playing the game anymore, they are just pressing start on the script and then the script plays the game. It can be very fun to watch. Especially in games with like weird bugs, it's often pretty cool seeing what it is like if you have something that can reliably exploit all of the bugs. Sure. It's a cheap reroll. At this point, it feels like I shouldn't be rerolling super hard with padding. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. Dust Force. A Celeste level difficulty platformer. Like the difficulty is the same as Celeste, or the game is at the level of Celeste. I'm not sure I believe there are games at the level of Celeste. It is really cool to see when, like, a tool-assisted speedrun uses some sort of bug and everyone's like, oh, that's impossible for humans to do, and then, like, a year later, some kid from Europe does it, and, and you're like, oh, well, I guess not then. Manual super swimming. In Celeste, there are lots of demo dashes like that, where you are dashing between the hitboxes of objects which would kill you by using like a really weird combination of buttons that let you be momentarily smaller. I think there's just a button that lets you demo dash now. You used to have to press a weird combination of buttons. It's been a while since I cared about Celeste. Maybe we should do a Celeste playthrough again sometime. Imagine the best marathon runner, and then imagine how easily you can beat him by using your car. I think the car would still have to be human-shaped, though. How well could you beat a marathon runner if you got to control everything that the muscles did of a human body for 2 hours? You're welcome, friend of the trees. Sudden engineering pivot? I mean, it's like fun, but it isn't actually good because it makes my thief daggers not work. Also, I want to make sure I survive this wave, so like defensive stuff or just leaving with padding feels like the right way to do it. You know, the attack speed does actually hurt a bit. Get it! Kill it! I can't. It's invincible. It's too tanky. GG. The enemies never drop consumables. That seems untrue. Sometimes they drop consumables. How are we doing? Stats gained to 0? Okay, well that doesn't seem that great, but... we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Speed capped at 4. That does actually seem like a gladiator kind of thing. Oh, the engineering. I feel like gladiators are traditionally very slow. I don't know about you. Ow. Oh, stop it. Leave me alone. Oh, man. And then there's gonna be more of them when I kill this thing. Maybe thinking of the champ. The champ is a gladiator. Canonically gladiator. Ow. A little bit painful. I stopped the thing from spawning though, so we're gonna say worth. I have come to respect those things that spawn out of the chambers. If we can stop those from spawning, it's a win. I don't really understand how I'm not dead. If I buy a mouse, that way there will be more enemies, and I shouldn't die anymore. Russell Crowe is the guy in Gladiator. He is, except there's Gladiator 2 with Pedro Pascal. But it's not out yet, right? I haven't heard anything about it for a while. Is it still going okay? Have I done a brick run? I have bought a brick before. In my life. Do I have like a tentacle? Is that where my sustain comes from? I must have a tentacle. Got very low at the end of that wave. You have a tentacle. I have still gained 0 stats from empty stomach. Second stomach. Well, yes, empty stomach in this case, I guess. I guess that was correct. It comes out in Australia and New Zealand before the US. Was it filmed in Australia and New Zealand? I thought the first one was filmed in, like... Wait, was the first one filmed in Australia? Huh. Maybe it was. Russell Crowe is famously from Australia and New Zealand. I'm pretty sure he was like... I'm pretty sure he wasn't just Australian, was also in some way tied to New Zealand. I don't remember how, though. Might be misremembering. That was a fun wave. So as you can see, I have like $1 billion, and that's why we go for Thief Daggers instead of going for not Thief Daggers. Just having $1 billion is good in this game. Okay, I'm down. I see the Iowa poll that just dropped while I'm at work streaming. Curse Dagger does 2.5 times the damage. Do you think I got a thing from this yet? 2. Nice. Alright. So, I have 3 of these. Items will be 1 tier higher after the next reroll. What? Oh, it works. It works. Oh, okay. Cool. It works for the next 3 stores. I thought it would make all the items 3 tiers higher in the next shop. It was a lot of red. It was a lot of red. What I did see was a thing from Nate Silver saying that it was 1 in 9.5 trillion likelihood if the election was 50-50 for the polls to all suggest that the election was this close. I.e., the polling is flawed. Nate Solver's kind of an idiot, but I trust him on that math. Ooh, Starfish is here. Probably a bit late to be taking it. Do I have enough crit chance? I can take an octopus. There's another goldfish. Alright. Just goldfish forever. Oh no. Got him. You're an ex-Pulitzer and you haven't seen it this bad in a while. Believable. Here's my election deal. I believe that the population of America will vote for the professional lawyer type over the guy mimicking fellatio on his microphone. But the election is nevertheless very stressful, and you should all vote to make sure that that's true. And yeah, that's kind of it. I'm going to continue hiding in my room playing video games in the meanwhile. I voted earlier this week. Very easy to do in Washington State. You can put it in the mail, but I actually just dropped it off at a nearby drop box. After seeing a video of a Dropbox set on fire, you went and voted at a polling station. Well, Washington State also notifies you when your ballot has been received, so if you see that a ballot has been set on fire and it wasn't received, you can just, like, vote again. As long as you do it, like, sooner than day of, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I think voting day of probably works fine, too. But since I already voted, I can kind of have a lot less stress about it, which is nice. I've done my part. GG! It said I can stress about sharks running into me at odd angles. Fucking sharks. Enjoying early crit over harvesting on the tigers. I'm burning a candle and it's going fucking wild right now. The flame is so tall and there's so much smoke. What the hell? Triple tier 4 shop roll? I mean, whatever. The run was already over at that point. It was fun.